Hey everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and welcome to Open. It's here, and we've got it going on for you. Coming up on today's show, we'll sit down with an entrepreneur and founder of a company that's providing support and resources to Black-owned businesses. And after that, well, we'll hear from friends of the show who will join us from across Germany to highlight their latest project. And then we'll speak to a gentleman who is empowering good fathers who are fighting to remain present in their kids' lives. And finally, we'll shine a light on a nonprofit organization that is bringing music, mentorship, and humanity into the criminal justice system. So sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. All of this and more is headed your way of the Dr. Bob Lee, and we're wide open. Here we go. Hey everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and we have some interns with us, Giselle, and we have Chris working. Welcome aboard, give them a big round of applause. Marty's working with them too. Marty's been down, she's down by law and she knows her way around. All right, we got a whole lot in store for you. You're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. So stay connected to us through our social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is an entrepreneur and founder of the BlaQue Resource Network. And she joins us to speak about the programs and resources that she is offering to support the Black community and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Aleeia Abraham. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Are you in New York City or the surrounding area?
I am. I'm in Queens.
All right. What part?
Yeah. You know Queens.
What part? What part?
In Southeast Queens, in Rosedale.
Okay, Rosedale. I know all about it. All right.
Yeah.
So what made you start the BlaQue Resource Network, the BlaQue Resource Network?
I mean, I started it because there was just a gap in support for Black-owned businesses in Queens. So I thought, why not start something where I can connect businesses with the customers that they're looking for? And if I had that ability, why not do it, right?
Yeah.
It was just another idea that I had. I didn't really know that it was going to turn into something, but I saw it and I tried it and it worked.
And it's growing. Did you know it was going to grow to be this big?
I did not know. I thought it was just going to be another idea, but I stayed consistent and I had the support, so here we are.
That's what's up. And so what are you working on right now that we can all be a part of or join in on?
Sure, we're working on the Black Business and Community Wealth Expo at Resorts World on June 21st.
Oh, all
and
right.
it's a
Let me write it down.
Where businesses and individuals and youth can come and really learn how to manage their finances. We're going to talk about taxes. We're going to talk about estate planning. We're going to talk about media and small businesses. We're going to hear from business owners who have tried, failed, tried again, and hear how they did it, what their story is. But I think the highlight of the event is the $30,000 pitch competition that we're doing. So we're supporting small businesses with up to $30,000. You know, you pitch your idea, and if the investor loves it, you get an investment of $30,000.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Now, how do we get involved in this?
You're right. Well, you get involved by coming out to the event, queensnyevents.com for your tickets. Come and join us. Come and have a good time. Come and learn with us. Come and grow with us and learn about Black businesses in Queens.
Yeah. Now, how soon should people start to learn about their finances? Because you mentioned the youth, and they
should learn about it. They should start as early as possible because your kids ask you for money, right? So they understand the concept of money. They know that you exchange it for things. So why not teach them how to save it, how to spend it, how to grow it as early as possible?
They sure do ask for money, and it's not $1 anymore.
It's not. It's $20.
I need a whole lot, Mom, Dad. Help me out, sis, bro. So, back in the day, you used to come and somebody used to do a talk in the auditorium, and they brought like a little piggy bank, and they said, you can put your nickels, dimes, and pennies in this little piggy bank and then bring it to the bank and open up your savings account.
Sure.
Should they continue to start doing stuff like that?
They should absolutely continue to start doing that and learn about digital currency and learn about investing in stocks. And, my son is really into stocks, and I try to teach him that whatever products you use is what you should invest in, right?
Good idea. Yeah.
Right. And,
Yeah.
and because then he can see it and he can understand it. He likes Coca-Cola products, or invest in Coca-Cola, or whatever it is that you're into. I think that's a
Yeah.
great way to start.
Wow, I have AT&T. Maybe I should invest in it.
Yeah, right?
Stuff like
you
that.
might as well.
And especially if it's a big bill, a lot is going toward it, Let's invest
You might
in
as well see
that.
it grow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's good. And can you speak to the magic of compounding?
I can't speak to that personally, but the speakers at the event will, and they're the experts. I'm just here putting it all together and making sure my community has access to this information.
Yeah. Well, as long as you know how to put it together, the experts will know how to put that money together for you too, so it can build over the years and it can compound and make sense. But there's also leveraging that people need to be talking about too. You can't spend more than you make and things of that nature. Yeah.
Correct.
How much should a person give to themselves? Because they should act like a bill.
I think it's a third, right? Is this what I've heard? A third of your profit should go to yourself?
Yeah, or act like a bill. Say, I'm going to pay a bill. And
you're
one of the
and you
bills.
have to pay yourself.
Yeah.
Or it's not sustainable if you don't pay yourself, especially in business.
So how did you get started in this? I mean, where did it all come from?
I
was there
really
somebody in the
just
family
started.
that was?
No, I had an idea one day to start the BlaQue Resource Network. It was literally in the middle of the night, like every other good, successful story. I had an idea in the middle of the night. I woke up the next day. I put up the Facebook group, and the Facebook group turned into a movement. And I am grateful. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without dedicated people in my community and a dedicated team. Because I want to close that group a million times, like everybody else, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy, but you have to stay consistent. And I have so far, and it's treated me well.
And then you added some things to it, like Black Community Cares. Tell us about that.
Yes, that's our nonprofit arm, because I realized that we did a lot of talking in our Facebook group, but I wasn't really able to help anybody without an official entity. So I decided to file a nonprofit, so I'm able to get funding and do things like this, like the like the Black Wealth Expo.
And how does that help the community? What do they get out of it?
Because I think it's a conversation that Black people really don't talk about money much. At least I didn't growing up. And we have to start the conversation somehow. And somebody has to say, okay, guys, this is something that we need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So I thought it was, I really go on what's trending in my group. And this topic came up a lot. So I thought, let's put together an event, get everybody in the same room, and let's talk about it together as a family.
Yeah. Now, who are some of these people coming to the event?
So we have Patrick Jenkins is our investor. He's putting up $30,000 of his own dollars to invest in Black.
I'm coming to see it. You said Pastor Jenkins?
Patrick. Patrick Jenkins, he's coming out. We have Diana Rose from Diana Rose and Associates. She's talking about her business and things like that. We have J. Foster Phillips, the funeral home. They're coming out to talk about estate planning. We have Sharon Lead. She's talking about how media can help build wealth. And we have a bunch of other things. If you check out the website, queensnyevents.com, you can see all of the speakers and all of the times. And we have a youth lab, like I told you before, where kids can learn about things. They have their own little corner, learn about content creation and building wealth and making money and monetizing what they do. And it's going to be a full day. Yeah.
You said the Foster, you said Foster's? The funeral
J. Foster Phillips is a funeral home in Queens. Yes.
They are related to the Suttons, the people who started WBLS and Inner City Broadcasting.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, yeah. So they know a lot about business, because I know the Suttons did too.
Yes, they do.
Coming all the way from
and they're
San Antonio. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, wow. Yeah, so a lot of great people are going to be there speaking. Yes. So there's a whole lot to learn. Make sure you bring your pen and paper.
Yes.
Or if you want to go digitally, take notes. And,
bring your phone, charge it up, make sure it's charged.
Or use the old-fashioned ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. A lot to learn, I tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then any follow-up after that? People.
We're going to continue to do our work and continue to have conversations around all of the topics, whether they're comfortable or uncomfortable or typical or not. And we're going to come up with some more programming for the fall based on what our group is interested in, and we will keep you posted. Yeah, good idea, because a lot of people, they go to events like this and then they grab all they can, and then somehow it starts to fade off. Sure.
And so you need that
We're not
follow-up
here
to
to
get them
be
back.
inspirational, right? We're
Yes.
not here to be just another inspirational event. We're here to tell you what the next steps are, and I think that's an important
Yeah,
piece.
and then you have to do your homework. When you
For
go
sure.
there and get that information, you have to put it to use.
Sure.
God gave you 2 feet, put 1 foot in front of the other, and step to what you
Let's
need to
get
do.
it.
Take care of your business. Here we go.
That's it.
All right, what's next for you?
I got to get through this June event. It's so big, it's so much. It's at Resorts World, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
yeah, yeah.
excited to be there and just be a part of it and learn myself. That's really all that I'm doing right now, and then I'll move on to just building out Black Community Cares and my other company, Black New York.
Yeah. How are you getting the word out? What's the outreach looking like?
We're doing social media, a lot of heavy social media. We're doing tours like these shows and other people who are gracious enough to have us
Mm-hmm.
on our show. And we have our PR that we're doing, and we're getting the word out as best as we can.
I see something here that says the Buy, Build, Bond, Black
That's it.
Cares Network Expo. That's the whole
That's
title
it.
to the whole thing.
Yeah, that's it. Buy, build, bond.
Yeah, all right. Keep it short. Keep it sweet.
Yeah,
And you came up with the idea, the name?
I did.
Yeah. Good, good. And you said you came to you in the middle of the night.
It did. I need to get some sleep, but ideas flow. You know that ideas flow best in the middle of the night when it's quiet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mine usually comes to me like when I'm in a shower and you can't reach out
Yeah,
for
nice and
pen and
to
paper. Let me
yourself.
write this down. But, a lot of times you come scuffling across the floor trying to reach that paper.
That's
And
it.
you write it down.
And it
Some
comes
great
to you.
ideas come to you, I tell you that.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I think he's probably talking about the cash mobs that we do, where we organize community members to go and visit Black-owned businesses. Our last store that we did was Ernest Foods, and we were able to help him generate $10,000 in
great.
one day in revenue just from our efforts. So we do a lot of that when businesses are either new or they're a little undiscovered or they're struggling. We
Yeah.
try to rally as many people as we can to go out to the businesses and shop, spend your money.
Good. We're hanging out with you. We're going to call everybody, that needs to make $10,000 or raise $10,000. We're going to reach out to you and say, hey, I know somebody you can raise $10,000 from, or
Why
we
not?
can help you.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. That's good. Give us some information, social media, website.
Sure. BlaQue Resource Network, BlaQue. That's how you'll find us. BlaQue Resource Network. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can email me, blaqueresourcenetwork@gmail.com. You can look for Aleeia Abraham. I'm easy to find. I'm very visible on social media, sharing out all the Black news that I can find. Look me up. Let me know how I can help. Let me know if you want to be involved in anything that I spoke about. Let me know if you have ideas or concerns or complaints, I guess. But I'm here, and I want to do more.
And this expo stands out from the rest because?
It stands out from the rest because, like I said before, we're giving away $30,000 to a Black-owned business in Queens, and I don't see that very often, where the community is really coming together and investing their money into their businesses. Not just pressing like, not just pressing share, although those things are valuable, but putting money into their businesses. And I think that's different.
That's a wonderful thing, and we'll see more of you. I know you're going to be working on it. You just let us
Yes.
know, okay?
No problem.
So
Thank you for having me.
We want to be the first to know so we can get the scoop on things, so let everybody know. All right. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you for having me.
All right.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more open coming your way next. And welcome back, everybody. I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. And our next guests are no strangers to the show. They've been here many times before, but in different capacities. Except this time they're about 6 hours away. like ahead of us. And they join us all the way from Berlin, Germany. And we have a writer and a founder of the radio internship program from the Bronx to Berlin. And the other is a graffiti artist extraordinaire. And they're with us to highlight their latest project and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Petra Baiers and Olga Correa. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Hello.
You guys are so far away, but so near. Because I can feel you right here. It's so warm.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, look at that. From the Bronx to Berlin and vice versa. Let me ask you a question. You guys have been in the studio many times before. We've been streaming like this many times. But you're working on a special project. Tell us about it.
My project is called From the Bronx to Berlin.
Uh-huh.
And I successfully accomplished it 2 times. And now I wanted to do the reverse. I wanted to do Berlin to the Bronx.
Uh-huh.
But my visa was not approved for the first time in my life.
Oh, no. That's not cool.
No, that's not cool. I was really sad and disappointed. So I was supposed to be there right now. And now we had to pause it for a minute because, well, I'm going to get it eventually because there's not really a reason for me not to get it.
Yeah.
And we decided for Olga to come here. We just changed everything and work on different projects. And I'm so happy that she's here for the first time. So
Yeah.
I brought the Bronx to Berlin too. That's
Yeah.
Olga.
And you guys have been working together for a while. How did your friendship develop? Where did it start?
The we don't rhyme.
No, we're Bronxlandia. Yeah, Bronxlandia. And
Yeah.
we met. I don't even know. I just walked in there. She was there with somebody else. They were talking. We were introduced, and we never left each other.
You just landed, right? Just a little while ago? All right, so have you been to the radio station yet?
No, she just came. I just picked her up from the airport.
Ah, okay. You went straight to your house.
So I want to show her everything about Berlin. I want to show her. I'm working together with a gallery right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now Olga and me had the idea that we bring New York artists to Berlin to do live paintings. It's a really, really big gallery. So now I want to bring friends here, friends and family, and working on a new project.
Oh, well, it's a beautiful thing because I think Petra can cook, Olga can cook. You guys are going to share, put it all together in one pot or what? How's it going to work out? Are you going to do one day, she's going to do the next?
Oh, we're going to go out.
She knows all the spots.
Yeah. New York, she can get her spot.
Yeah.
I just told her I'm gonna cook German for her one day.
Oh, there you go. I heard she can cook, Olga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Olga, what kind of artwork are you going to be doing this time around? I know you have some extraordinary work in your repertoire.
Well, I'm going to follow the lead of Petra, and I got to look at the gallery. It's a beautiful space. I'm really excited. Of course, I'm going to also own the character. But I don't know. I'm a little fan of Berlin in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Because I like to do it over the top. So we'll see.
Yeah. Petra, have you seen this before? Some of the stuff that we're showing?
What you? No. Oh, how nice. But I think I've seen Olga's art all the time. You know, I'm the biggest fan of Olga. So
Oh, she knows how to put it together.
she really does.
Yeah, yeah.
And I seen it when she did it live, and I was so amazed how fast she is.
Olga, how long does it take you to put something, say, like one of your special pieces together? Does it take an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, about that long.
Say it again, about an hour?
About an hour.
With all the colors and everything that it takes?
Day. The whole mural only takes me 1 day. They usually give me 3 days, and knock it out in the first day.
Yeah. And how do you come up with the concept? Everything, you see it in your mind, and you say, all right, let me get the canvas and just go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I don't know unless they give me a theme. Like when we went to Chicago, we had a theme where we were competing with Chicago, and it was Chicago against New York. We flipped a coin and we did Marvel against DC. So I had to think of a quick, so I made my character to Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And Petra, how are we going to display this or show this or let people know about it on radio?
No, Olga she is the one who knows every artist in New York.
Yeah.
She told some people already, and we want to go to the gallery in the next few days. And we're going to call up everybody and for everybody to the gallery and to everybody to come out here and have fun with us. I'm even giving up my apartment. Everybody can crash here. I don't care. So we're going to make it a lot of fun.
Yeah, do it the old-fashioned way. Let everybody come over. Here's a pillow or something, or get something and get a blanket and just crash, right?
They do it like the old days.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning, be smelling the good food, the breakfast. Everybody go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, and then come out. You got your breakfast and everything. I know all about it.
But that's going to be fun.
It's a family affair. Yeah.
Yes. And it's going to be fun because it's Berlin. It's something different. I mean, I've been to, I don't even know how many times to New York now. And maybe that's why I didn't get approved, because I'm supposed to rearrange my goal. No, the goal is the same, but the way is different.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Even without the visa, you make things work. And that's the magic and the beauty of what you do.
I'm not gonna let a visa or a border stop me.
That's right. Because
it's supposed to be a border. So I will be back in New York. I know I will be back there. That's my second home. So nobody's gonna stop me.
Yeah, there you go. And Olga, I know you've been there just for a short time, but is this your first time? Yes, it is.
It is my first time.
What do you expect to feel in Germany? Now you're worldwide, because you've been all over the world doing your thing.
For sure, the culture, the food,
The drinks.
So I'm excited. And we're gonna tour so I can see it.
Yeah.
Take me around.
You know what? We got to get together and maybe do a BronxNet thing over there from the Bronx to Germany.
Yeah,
that would be so nice.
Yeah, bring the crew.
You even said you want to come to Germany.
Yeah.
And Berlin is worth a visit. It really is.
Beautiful. I've never been there. I mean, I have family there. I have family in Italy, and I have family in London. So, but I've never been to Italy or Germany.
You have family in Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Italianos.
So there's more reason for you to come to Germany.
Absolutely.
That's right. I got to try it. So what's next? What's next for you guys? What's going to happen? How's it going to look?
So after now, we go eat and drink.
That's one of the best parts, right?
And it will be a continuous thing. We can bring more people from New York. It doesn't have to be from the Bronx. It doesn't have to be. It can be from Brooklyn. I have friends from all over the world. Shiro from Japan. Ada from Spain. We make it international. And bring it here.
It would be a nice space to meet up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And now your work is in Germany, the other side of the world.
Yeah. Well, it was in London. It was in London too.
Yeah.
I had a show in London. I was in Germany, so.
That's great. Okay, so when are you guys coming back? How are you going to wrap this up? And how can we see it from here or hear what you're going to do on the radio?
Well, my son who works at the radio station, is gonna get involved in some of the things too. So it's like we just figure. I can't say the word.
Figuring it out. But if anybody's interested, hit Petra in her website. In her Instagram or her email,
Yeah.
If they're interested, in showcasing in Berlin, this is going to be an amazing opportunity for anyone.
Yeah.
They can even hit you. They can hit
Or even
Olga
me.
too. Yeah, they can hit
Yeah.
Olga too, because we're gonna do this together.
Together. For sure.
Yeah. And of course, you're going to post everything up, right?
Of course,
Where's it going to be?
on your Instagram.
On both of our
Yeah.
Instagram, but we'll let you know when we have a date set. So that way we can talk about it and promote it more, and then we'll showcase it.
Yeah. And we're going to put it on the bottom of the screen, of course.
For
And
sure.
let everybody know where to go, website, social media, and the whole nine, all right?
Yep.
Hey,
As
listen.
usual, thank you so much. Always exposing us.
Yeah. Well, listen, you guys bring something back for us, okay? I don't know if you're going to have a sip of something or, do they have a special German cake or something like that, a little in a box?
Oh, we have nice cakes, very tasty cakes.
Yeah, bring it back. We'll cut it up live on TV here.
There you go.
I love you guys. Enjoy it. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Enjoy the experience, and we'll see you when you get back, all right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And thank you for having us.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you for all the wonderful work that you do in our community. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a quick break. I've got more open coming your way next.
19.7% of Bronxites currently experience food insecurity. Meanwhile, instead of these nice, colorful foods, this is the best food that they have access to. If this sounds like you, there are a bunch of resources to get healthy food for free or cheap. If you want to help, you might consider donating or volunteering in one of these places. Community fridges like this one are all over the city and allow New Yorkers to conveniently donate extra food to people who might need it. Go to this link and find your nearest one. Food banks and pop-up events like these provide millions of healthy meals to families in need. These organizations are distributing meals to Bronxites as we speak and are always accepting donations and volunteers.
We're gonna start the show right now. This is my favorite part. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Angel, and I am one of the instructors for the in-studio production. Here at BronxNet, we offer classes that can help you elevate, expand, and start your television career. All you have to do is sign up at bronxnet.org/education. For the past 7 years, I have been in various productions, spanning from talk shows, independent films, news reports, art displays, teachings, musical performances, and many more. Ain't that right, Angel? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express that? Thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit bronxnet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima clase.
And welcome back. Our next guest is the founder of the Biscayne Gardens Chamber and the founder of the Good Dads Act Committee, too. He joins us to share his story on fatherhood and how he fought to protect his rights as a father to his son. Please welcome to the show Dr. Bernard WH Jennings. Doctor, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Yeah, we heard a whole lot about you and your story, but for our audience, we got to get you to explain it. Now, give us a little background, Dr. Jennings.
Well, a few years ago, I was unmarried. I'm married now, but I was unmarried at the time, and I have a son. His name is Ethan. And one day, he and his mother and I broke up, and we both took care of him on and off. I had weekends, and she had weekdays. And sometime in the summer of 2022, I decided I was going to marry somebody else, and all hell broke loose. She got upset at that and decided that she wasn't going to co-parent with me anymore. And she demanded, that I did not have time with my son. She held my son away for about a month. I couldn't find my son. I went to pick him up from school one day, and they said that he was withdrawn from school and moved away to another county. Then they didn't know where he was going to be taken.
Yeah.
I was devastated because I was so connected to my son. I was there since birth. I was able to get a hearing before a Miami-Dade County judge. I'm here in the state of Florida. And during that hearing, the judge said that, Mr. Jennings, you're on the birth certificate, but Florida law says that although you're on the birth certificate, you have a DNA test that shows that you're 99.9991 can't be excluded as the father.
You
don't have
are
any
the
right.
father. Yes.
You are the father, presumably, but the judge has to declare you the father through a process called establishment of paternity. And that's the same in all 50 states of the country. And it just means that you have a financial responsibility for the child. You actually come back after a full trial and then request visitation. If you don't have a good relationship with the mother and she doesn't want you to have visitation, there's a lot of obstacles they put up. They file domestic violence charges against you. It happens to many dads. That happened to me. I got off that Zoom call. I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. And then I decided to myself, you know what? I'm gonna write a proposal to the state legislature to change the law because this is not right. We did that. 8 months later, the law changed in the state of Florida. It's House Bill 775. It was coined Ethan's Good Dad Act. The legal name is Parental Responsibility After the Determination of Paternity. And it says that when a dad steps up and he's already on the birth certificate, he signed the acknowledgement of parenting in the hospital. That means him and the mother got along at some point. They had that baby. He now has the same rights and responsibilities the mother has as if he was married, although he's not. In other words, he has equal opportunity to be participatory in the religion, in education, in social upbringing of the child. And if he lives within 50 miles of that child, he's entitled to 50-50 visitation with a rebuttable presumption from the mother.
Yeah.
So he no longer has to prove that he's a good dad. She has to prove he's a bad dad. It's a higher burden of proof for her. And usually the case is he may not be a good boyfriend, but he's a good dad.
Yeah, that's great. So how does that make you feel that you came up with you had to go through all of this to come up with a bill?
Wow,
to prove that you're a good father and you deserve the rights that everybody else deserves to see their child.
During the time, it was a lot of anguish in those 8 months fighting through the court system. I represented myself in court. 6 months after the law passed, the judge actually awarded me 50-50 time sharing with my son. And I've got him every Friday to Friday, every week, once Friday, and then switches to the mother. And it's been a pleasure. My son has improved in school now. He's in a gifted program in school. He's doing better in math. He's got better self-confidence. He's a good public speaker, and he's doing really good. And it just shows that, a father's participation in their child's life, whether it's a boy or girl, is going to make a big difference. Since that time, I've had meetings online with fathers all over the country every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Matter of fact, tomorrow night is our 100th meeting since the law passed. It's the Ethan's Good Dad Act Committee. We've appointed dads through 16 other states now. And since that time, I'm happy to report, Bob, that we've passed a law in Missouri, New Jersey, Tennessee, and North Carolina. They go into effect in July 1 of this year.
Yeah. How does that work now? Because sometimes Florida's laws are sort of complicated or a lot different from all the other states.
Yeah, so what it was, after the law passed in Florida, I created this group online through a Google Meet, and then through press releases, fathers have come to me with the same issues. I realized there's so many fathers throughout the country with the same problem. So I've appointed team leaders in different states. We take the same piece of legislation that we filed in the state of Florida. We add that father's name in that state, and we seek out their state representative and their state senator and ask them to sponsor the bill. And then we help them walk it through. Yeah,
to tweak it just a little bit, just to be in line with this state. Yeah.
Correct. And in some states now, it's sort of like a fever. They're doing it on their own. So you'll notice that in Kentucky and Iowa, they actually have an issue of putting it through. We have a dad in Arizona named Kasasi Swan. It failed the first year, but we're going to push it through and keep trying until we get it done. We're going to try to do all 50 states.
Now, doctor, in all of these talks, does anything stand out to you that resembles a lot of the stuff that you have gone through?
It's a weird thing. You know, if we had a hat and passed the hat around the room, it's the same story with a different dad under the hat.
Yeah.
Boy meets girl, they fall in love and they have a great relationship, and then they break up, and then they either have a baby during the relationship or they realize afterwards. And then, you know, sometimes folks get bitter because they don't get what they want, and they say, okay, I'm going to hurt the dad, but they don't realize they're hurting the child more than they're hurting the dad by keeping them away from the dad.
Yeah.
And it's not right. I actually wrote a book about it called Ethan's Good Dad Act. It's #1 on Amazon in child advocacy and divorce and family law. You can get it on Amazon or Target.com or Walmart or anywhere good books are sold. It's a good book. It's been endorsed by Dr. Les Brown, as well as Brian Tracy, who are renowned public motivational speakers. And it tells the story of my story, as well as many of the other dads that have been part of this journey for the last year now. We've had these meetings every year, every month, every Tuesday online. We have these meetings where dads come together and give each other self-help. We'll bring different attorneys on. We'll bring different judges on or different practitioners to help the dads understand how to navigate the court system to maintain access to their children.
Yeah. And of course, you'll get some opposition from mothers, but you'll have a good deal of mothers who would like to join you because some of them are sharing some of that same experience.
Let me tell you, on this meeting that we usually have about 25 to 30 fathers on the program every Tuesday, but then we'll have some mothers, some sisters, some grandmothers, because when the child is separated from the dad, they miss out on the grandparent from the other side of the family, the sisters, the aunties, and they come to our program asking, how can we help our nephew? How can we help our grandson, rekindle with their child? And it's a very sad thing when it's happening. It's very frustrating. It almost feels like you have no hope. A lot of dads run around with PSTD because they're angry about what's going on. And we don't, as men, we don't talk about failed relationships or problems with our children. We talk about sports, we talk about making money, we talk about deals, but we don't talk about these personal things. Even in groups together, we talk about sports. We don't talk about this. So this gives an avenue for dads to come together and talk. Oftentimes we have about 40,000 people watching us live on Facebook, have these conversations and chiming in.
Yeah. So where would you like to see this go? I guess nationwide, right? And then some. Would you like to attach any addendums to the bill or what's going on with it now?
That too. We wanted to go nationwide. We're 5 states. In July, we'll be 5 states. We wanted to go all 50 states. I recently took a trip to South Africa through my relationship. I'm on the board of trustees of Florida Memorial University, which is the historical Black university in South Florida. We took a trip to South Africa to create a program there, and we realized that fathers on the continent of Africa have the same issue in some parts of the continent as well as in Europe. So we're hoping that this catches fire and people throughout the world understand that dads matter, that dads all over the world matter, that they should be participatory in their children's lives, especially the good dads that want to do so.
Yeah, I mean, there are dads that, are absent, and there are dads that want to step up to the plate and hit some home runs with their children. What advice would you give to a father looking to become more involved in their child's life?
I'd say you can go to our website, www.gooddadact.com. There's a bunch of resources on there which will help navigate the court system. We have a blog that we put up twice a month so that dads can read some information about how to connect with your child, how to relate with their significant other in an argument, how to navigate the court system, and how to understand what child support is and what your responsibilities are. We have resources. We have job opportunities on there, as well as training, so you can get certificates through Google that we have a partnership with, so that you can, better yourself financially, so you can take care of your family. And we want people to know that, sometimes when the folks get in an argument and they break up, the mothers sometimes, and maybe sometimes dads do it too, they go to the domestic violence court and file false allegations against the father because they know they'll get a one-up in family court, because domestic violence court is considered criminal. Family court is family. The judges don't talk. So if you've got a proceeding in domestic violence court, the family court judge is not going to give you access to the child. And somehow attorneys are telling their clients to do this, and it stymies dads from being able to connect with their children. It's a very terrible thing. So we're going to pass some legislation in Florida called legislation to address false allegations of domestic violence and paternity fraud. You have a lot of dads that have been called the father, when the mother knew he was not the father. I've had a dad that paid child support for 5 years, went to jail because he had a bad driver's license, came out of jail, had a hearing with the judge, and the judge took out the DNA test. He was not the father. The mother said she knew he wasn't the father, but she needed the money, and there's no retribution for her. It's not against the law to lie. It's not, she doesn't have to pay the money back, but this dad lost his job for 5 years of his life, and he wasn't even the father of the child. So that's a problem too.
Wow, yeah. What's one of the major challenges that you have to face in dealing with something like this? Because it doesn't just happen like that. You have to go through the court system, and the court system can be very, very involved in the life of the whole situation.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem on the onset is the financial responsibility you have, because once you get caught up in the legal system, you got to have an attorney. If you can't have an attorney, you can do it yourself. I had an attorney in the beginning, but then I did my research. I represented myself pro se until trial. But a lot of dads can't do that. They might not be able to articulate it right. If you go to court and you're not dressed properly, if you look weird, or if you're showing too much anger on the situation, you're going to get judged by the judge, and they're going to restrict your time with the child. So the biggest thing is a financial responsibility, and then the girth within inside you, the notion that you can do this and don't give up. False evidence appearing real, the fear of what's going on that will cause you to not move forward. It's probably a lot easier to have another child with someone else than to fight for the child you already have. And some dads give up. But you can't give up on your kid, because one day they're going to come back 15, 20 years later, they're going to label you a deadbeat dad, and then you're going to have to defend what happened, and it's going to cause a lot of hurt. Yeah,
well, your child can't do that. Your child's going to say, my father's there every step of the way. I love my mother, I love my father, but thank you for all that you've done for me. Yeah. So it's in that book. Give us a quick synopsis of what the book is all about.
So the book tells a story that what happened to me in a more concise way, and then a lot of the other dads, we tell stories about the dad that first got involved a year ago with this, and it tells their stories, and it tells you how to navigate the court system, and tells you how to advocate for yourself in this situation, and gives you a little hope for moving forward in your life with your children. It's a good book. It's a short read. It's about 204 pages. It's got some great endorsements. It's #1 on Amazon, #1 in child advocacy and divorce and family law. I'm proud of the book. I never wanted to write a book before, but after the court hearing and after I won custody with my son, I got the inspiration from God to put this in writing so that it could be memorialized and can help other dads. I vowed that what happened to me would help prevent it from happening to any other dads. This problem crosses all racial boundaries. Dads that are white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, short, tall, ugly, cute, handsome. We all have these same issues. Everybody in their family knows somebody, either an uncle or an aunt or a mother has a son that's going through this.
Yeah, but we applaud you, Dad. We applaud you. Everybody in their studios clapping, everybody at home's clapping. And there's some mothers who are in the same situation who need that type of help. So they'll be picking up that book too.
Yeah, Ethan's Good Dad Act. There's a website, ethansgooddadact.com. Or if you want to join the committee, we're looking for dads in other states, Washington State, California, Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Connecticut. If you're a dad and watching this program and you want to connect with your child and you're having a lot of problems, you feel like you're giving money to your attorney, they're not doing anything for you, go to our website, www.gooddadact.com, and we'll guide you. We have attorneys coming on live every Tuesday night to talk to dads, some other practitioners to come on and talk to dads to help them self-help themselves out of this issue so they can reconnect with their children. This is not against mothers. This is for dads to keep their families together.
Right. Tell Dr. Blasingame I said hello and thank you.
Yes, he's been a great advocate for this program too. And I really thank him for introducing us, Dr. Lee.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Dr. Bernard WH Jennings, author, Ethan's Good Dad Act. We appreciate you and thank you for all of that, all right?
Thank you so much.
We'll see you soon. Sign that book and just send it over to us.
All right, I'll sign this one and send it over to you right away, okay?
Thank you, Doctor. All right, talk to you again, all right?
All right.
All right, we'll take a quick break. I've got more. I got more open coming your way next. Stand by. right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Our next guest, the founder of Music on the Inside, Community Outreach Coordinator for Music on the Inside, and lead director and trained guitarist of MOTI Reentry Dream Band. And they join us to speak about how the nonprofit is providing a platform for jazz musicians who have turned adversity into artistry, and to shine a light on their upcoming Juneteenth Jazz Jubilee. So please give them a big warm welcome and a big round of applause. And Alina Bloomgarden is here with David O'Rourke and Mikell Green-Grand. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing?
Thank you.
I mean, you guys are in different parts of the world, or different parts of the state, or different parts of the country. Where are you guys talking
We're all in
from?
the tri-state area,
You're in
mostly.
The
music on
tri-state
the
area?
Yeah. We work in New York City, in Queens, in Bronx, and Brooklyn. You know, we're all over here. And David O'Rourke, the head of our reentry band, is in New Jersey, but it comes to the city to work with our people. So.
By way of Ireland?
Dublin, Ireland, yeah.
There you go. All right, so how did it all start for you guys? And how did you guys come together?
I think I should start because I was inspired by Louis Armstrong. I learned that Louis Armstrong, I did a show.
Yeah, baby.
That's it. I produced a show about Louis Armstrong at Lincoln Center. And in the process, I learned that he was arrested when he was 11 or 12 years old and sent to the Colored Waifs Home for Boys, where they had a boys band and a music teacher. And it was his first real music education. And it changed his life. And I just thought, what are we doing for incarcerated youth and adults today? I knew nothing about criminal justice, but now we're 10 years old and I've learned a bit. And it's so beautiful to see the transformation that can happen with music.
Yes. Music on the Inside. Who came up with the name?
I came up with the name. I was talking to friends. How should I name it? And then it was like, that's it. Music on the Inside. So
there you go. And where were you when you came up with that name? Some people say they were, it was in the middle of the night. Some people say I was in the shower.
I remember almost exactly. I was sitting on the couch talking to a friend on the phone, and that was it. Yeah, trying out different names, and then that's it. Yeah.
And how did you guys get involved?
Well, I was lucky enough to be introduced to Mikell Green-Grand through the founder of the Fortune Society. David Rothenberg recommended him. And he's really wonderful, reaching out to people who've been impacted, and he has experience himself, and he can talk for himself.
David?
And David and I met providentially because a famous jazz musician that we both knew had died, and we bonded over that. You can talk about that. And he's been wonderful working with our Reentry Dream Band.
All right.
Yeah.
So talk about it. How did the band come together?
Well,
Should I take it or?
I just want to say, so these are people that we work with in the prison that showed interest. We have prison music classes. Guys that really show interest. We continue with them once they get out. We match them up with a musician as a mentor. And as you said earlier, a lot of jazz musicians want to help, and we provide the opportunity for them to share the love of music with people who already love music but never had the opportunity to really study.
David, do you play?
I do. I'm a jazz guitar player, and I'm an arranger of music, or, orchestrator and arranger.
Yeah. What? You said you play the guitar?
I play guitar.
Yeah.
A little piano, but not enough to get arrested.
I understand. And Mikell?
So I didn't hear the beginning of the question, but let me just say this. I came to know Mrs. Bloomberg through my affiliation with the Fortune Society and David Rothenberg. And I have, for the last nearly 4 years now, been working as the outreach coordinator for Music on the Inside. And it is my pleasure and my duty to find people interested in music who are in reentry and to place and to put a musical instrument in their hand and to begin a term of mentorships with not only myself, but also with a professional musician. We're really very fortunate. I'm very fortunate because of Alina's extensive background, she being the founding producer of jazz at Lincoln Center. So that I have I would say, a star roster of musicians who I am able to put with a mentor. And they share many life stories and challenges. And it is, for me, one of the greatest values of my life is to go into a NYCHA housing project and to place an instrument into a hand of a young man who perhaps once before carried something else, trouble to his life. And now I put an instrument, a guitar, a horn, a trumpet in his hands, and watch him walk from where I am in my car or my truck, and watch him walk through his neighborhood, and then take that instrument into his home, into his family, into this village that he lives in.
Yeah.
And now he becomes a musician.
How many years have you guys been working
pleasure.
together?
Well, MOTI is just in its 10th anniversary year. Mikell and I, it's just only 4 years. It seems even longer. David and I just met this year, but it's been amazing because our Reentry Dream Band has just kind of come together now. We meet once a month. We break bread together. We rehearse, and they're going to be at the Newport Jazz Festival. But the main thing is we're going to feature them in the Bronx this month at Il Soleil Restaurant on June 19th. And then our big concert of the year, our Juneteenth Jazz Jubilee at Ethical Culture in Adler Hall on June 21st. And that's when we bring top jazz musicians performing with formerly incarcerated musicians. And we'd love everyone from the Bronx to join us, and we'd love you to be with us. You're a wonderful speaker. Maybe you can be part of us one of these days.
Thank you. Oh, she's getting me involved. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. That's how it is. That's how it works.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for that invite, too. You guys have been playing all over the place. Now, the band, this is going to be the next project, June 19th? June 19th
at Il Soleil Restaurant. That's part of the band. A small group with David and our wonderful blues harmonica player, Charles Walker, and a couple of other musicians. And then the full Reentry Band will be part of our June 21st, Juneteenth Jazz Jubilee.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many members are there in the band?
8.
All right.
Yeah. And it's been amazing work. There's so many talented people who have been impacted by incarceration, and music is just one of the most immediate ways to connect with our shared humanity. People just connect.
Yeah.
It's really important work.
Any wonderful stories that can be shared about the people who have come from this to what you're doing now?
Oh, I can tell one. I always think of one of our gentlemen who served 46 years in prison, kept himself alive through his love of music, never had real teaching. And he talks about the fact that when he came out, he's worked with Don Braden on saxophone, a famous jazz musician, as his mentor. He has an amazing flute teacher, Barbara Cecil, who trained in Juilliard. And to see his growth in these I guess we connected with him around the beginning of COVID, when we weren't in the prison. So we started doing music while we're inside, Zoom concerts. And we featured him, and then we connected him with mentors, and he's been just one of the stories.
Yeah. Do you also tour the prisons, the different, because we used to do things at Rikers Island and in upstate New York and then in New Jersey. What we would do, bring the turntables and have people interact with us.
Yeah.
We'd bring in the inmates, and we have singers and dancers and comedians and people who rap, so we'll have like a little contest amongst the inmates. Do you guys go in and entertain the inmates?
We always have a culminating concert in our prison program so that the people we're working with get a chance to perform for their fellows. And we feel that it's great to do a show, but it's even more important to give someone something they can work on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you run into people that say, hey, Dr. Bob, thank you so much for coming in when we were down and out. We really, really appreciate that. We remember that. So it really, really touches the lives of people who are there. Thank you guys for all that you're doing. David, I know you've been playing for some time. You're going to hit that guitar. You ready?
I'm ready. And, to just add to what Alina said, an awful lot of people think if you're in a mentorship role, they think it's a one-way street, that it's all the positivity is coming from the mentors well, it's very much a two-way street where basically you see the joy that music brings. You're reminded after years of performing to be able to discover how much music has meant to people who've had various different, incarceration doesn't always mean guilt, right? I come from a country where a lot of our people were, Round Up the Usual Suspects was a famous book in Ireland. So I always think of that how people, if you're incarcerated and maybe if you didn't make a mistake, that you were the wrong guy, as we hear about, and still kept yourself alive through music and through prayer, in the case for people who had faith. Yeah. So experience that firsthand, dealing with, it's probably the height of positivity for me to see what the mentees that I'm working with. Yeah. It's like that sticker on the animal rescue car, who rescued who. Yeah. I get so much from seeing. Yeah. That helps you out too. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I have 30 seconds. Mikell, you want to dive in there for a hot second? Mikell, you hear me?
Yeah, one of the things that I should say I'd like to. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things that's been happening with the Dream Band, one of the things I like to share is that we've been rehearsing and practicing at Alina's home, at her house. And to see this woman open up her home with food and, we bring desserts. And then to watch this band, it's organic, but to watch it grow, to see each of us kind of stretch ourselves and to make room for this band, preparing for our the Newport Jazz Festival, and by way also preparing for our Juneteenth Jazz Festival, Juneteenth Jazz Jubilee. So to see us all stretch to become more involved and to make ourselves open in this space for this has really been something rewarding for, I think, all of us.
Music on the inside, harmony and hope in criminal justice. Thank you guys so much. There it is right there.
Can I tell people to get our website?
Thank you. Yeah, give me the website real quick. They're going to wrap me up.
www.musiconytheinside.org. Check it out, and you can get your tickets through there.
There you go. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for sharing, all right? And keep doing what you're doing, man. We love it. We love it. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
All right. Alina Bloomberg, David O'Rourke, and Mikell Green-Grand. We appreciate you guys. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank you and our guests for joining us and viewing us and checking it all out. Thanks for following us. You can continue to follow us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Join our hosts, Darren Jaime and Rena Valentine, for all new episodes of Open Wednesday and Friday. And I'll see you another day, another way. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.